Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're on to the first semi-finals for the Searching for a Scrap welterweight division. Calling out fighter number 1, fighting out of the red corner, representing Team CIT. Let's make some noise for Dimitri, the Russian Fogg.
Yeah, Dimitri Fogg fighting out of a gym that everyone knows very well, one of the bigger and most successful gyms here in South Africa, Team CIT. And Dimitri coming away with a very good win in the quarterfinal. He beat Paul Rich, who we saw come away with a win tonight in that first round. He's also one of the fighters that are going to the World Championships this year. He went to the World Championships last year and came up against a guy who was, I think, 22-1 when he went over to the World Championships. Definitely wants to go back there again this year, but before that he's got the semi-final of Searching for a Scrap to get through.
Lots of hype surrounding this guy. Haven't actually seen him fight, heard and read a lot about him, so I'm actually keen to see what all the hype's about. You know, coming out of CIT, know he's going to be tough. Yeah, let's see what he's got.
He
has
been accused in the past of being a bit too much of a brawler, so he does engage in just flat-out brawls. He was probably my fight of the tournament at the Africa Open last year. Him and a teammate actually just beat the crap out of each other for 3 rounds. And we saw now when he fought against Paul Rich in the quarterfinal, a guy who was a lot more composed, a lot more focused, didn't engage in brawls, took his time, was a lot more patient. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that he knew he had another fight in 3 weeks here at Fight Stars. He's now got another turnaround of a month to go fight at the World Championships, and then a very quick turnaround of 2.5 weeks for the final of Searching for a Scrap. So he's got a very busy 3 months, and you saying that amateurs need to be active, this is as active as it's going to get.
I don't think he's complaining.
No, he loves a good fight.
Yeah,
so.
Fighters love to fight. That's what they do. That's what they train for. So the more you fight in, the better, provided you're not taking too much damage. Obviously, that's going to play factors into your other fights. I'm keen to see the hype around this young man.
Well, he is coming up against an absolute monster in Elizer Kubanza. Let's get his opponent in the cage.
And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, fighting out of Nova MMA. Let's hear it for Elizer Kubanza.
Yeah, so Elizer, another one who also competed at the World Championships last year. He was a gold medalist at the Africa Open the year before. And this kid is just an absolute monster. He's the one I showed you the video where he was literally just smashing his opponent, Donald Mabusela, into the cage like a silverback gorilla. Very aggressive, very strong. He's been training with Coach JD at Nova MMA. This kid is probably the number 2 seed in this tournament behind Cedric, which is why they avoided each other in the draw. But it's going to be a good test for Dimitri Fogg. If he can come out of this one, it definitely shows a lot out of him for going forward.
Look, I know Elizer well. He's been training with us at Apex. He's been coming for our wrestling and stand-up sessions. Very aggressive guy, likes to trade, not scared to wrestle. His wrestling's actually really, really good. You know, as is with all these guys coming out of Congo, pretty sure Congo's close to be, their national sport is close to being wrestling. All the guys,
judo. Everyone in the DRC is a black belt in judo.
All the guys out of Congo can wrestle. They got judoka, very good stand-up. I mean, we got Trezor, Elena Lunga. I mean, it's a nation of fighters, born fighters. So,
and Elizer is definitely one of them. As I said, I watched him win the gold medal at the Africa Open last year. I was fortunate enough to commentate at that one as well, and he was just a revelation. He was an absolute monster to watch. In the final, he went up against a kid from Bahrain. He was just incredible to watch in that tournament and has been ever since. But let's cross over to Pietro and get this one going. I can't wait anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 3 3-minute rounds of Searching for a Scrap welterweight action. And our referee is...
Yeah, this fight has been getting me excited ever since the draw happened. I mean, all 8 fighters in this tournament have just been something incredible, and the semi-finals are one that is definitely exciting. Both of these guys are going to come out here to try and prove a point. As I said, Elizer super aggressive. Dimitri normally likes to trade, but he's been a lot more composed. But
good body kick there.
Good body kick for him to start there.
Oh,
and
another one.
Dimitri has been fighting at middleweight for most of his career, now dropping to welterweight for the show. So it has been a bit of a change for him in the cuts as well.
8-1 there by Elizer coming in. Oh, Superman low kick.
Great striking by Elizer. Bit of a mistake there by Dimitri rushing forward. You see Dimitri there, very composed again. He's moving very, very assuredly. He's not rushing into anything. He's not engaging in the brawls that we used to see him doing before.
Elizer very strong though.
Now these guys from the DRC have incredible power.
I don't know what they're putting in the water up there, but can I have some? Oh, eating shots there.
Taking shots, and those are going to hurt.
So bad to be just hanging on to that single, especially when they get to the pros. Big chance of elbows landing there.
Manages to get the takedown, though. Drives through. This is where he wants to keep Elizer. He's on his back. He's in half guard. He can work from here. As you can see, this is a mistake a lot of the amateurs make. They don't set the position first. You can see he's keeping his hips very low, very heavy. But Elizer staying very active. He's not just lying on the bottom.
He's got his butterflies in there. He's looking for that sweep. He's going to go for the sweep now. So he's setting it up, lifting
Pushing
his
Dimitri
body.
up. Dimitri now in half guard again.
Smothering him there on the floor.
Dimitri keeping his hips very low, making sure it's very difficult for his opponent to move. It's something where we've seen a lot of guys make mistakes in the amateurs. They don't keep their hips low in their weight, and he's moved into mount. He's got a minute to work from here.
He's looking up to posture up there.
He's landing those open palm strikes. You want to see him just offload, not just throw open palm strikes here. You can see he's making himself very heavy. Elizer tried to slip out.
Knows his opponent's explosive. That's why he's keeping his hips down. There's Dimitri landing those flat hands. Nothing like a PK to anger you on the bottom.
Now you want to see him landing proper strikes so he can actually try and finish his opponent off here. We've seen him make this mistake before.
Thing is, though, an open-handed strike is so hard, though, when you're catching them with the palm. I mean, it's the open part of the hand that's going to hurt. The gloves
you can see he's starting to land the strikes now.
Gloves are still a bit
there
padded.
You can see that strength from Elizer just pushing out.
Really locking him down, staying on top. He's got the overhook there.
15 seconds left here.
I think Dimitri's looking to set up something there.
Can just ride the round out here and finish on top.
Oh, heard that one from here.
The referee telling him, picking your shots so you don't hit the back of the head. You can see helping his opponent up there. There you can see the sportsmanship between these athletes. As you said, there's been a couple of things happening in MMA recently that makes people question the sportsmanship. But I can tell you that the sport as a whole, this is where it is. It's a sport competed in by gentlemen. It's not a sport of thugs. These are guys that have respect for each other. They are proper athletes. Sportsmanship all the way through. And this is the grassroots of the sport. This is where you see where it's actually going to happen for the future.
Definitely so.
And you can see straight away the step up in class between the fights that we're seeing now on the main card in the semi-finals of Searching for a Scrap in comparison to the average amateur fight that you see.
This main card, any one of these guys could step into that Pro Hex ready for it. You can see they're priming themselves for that pro debut.
You can see there Elizer chomping at the bit to get back in. Dimitri looking very fresh for a guy who's doing a cut that he's not quite used to. Elizer still look at the hamstrings on that guy. Very, very strong. Nice inside leg kick there. Oh, he landed a big left hook. Dimitri is not keeping that right hand up, and he ate a shot there for it. Oh!
He's out.
That's it.
Oh, that's all she wrote.
Is it.
Head kick.
Head
kick, and he's out.
There you can see he's checking on his opponent to make sure he's okay.
Showing Dimitri still he's taking some strain to get back up there. Doesn't have his legs back. You can see that. Needs to just settle down and take his time before he steps up again. But that head kick landed flush. Yo.
Wow.
You saw the way he dropped down. He had no legs under him. Caught him by surprise. His hands were down. Elizer read that very well. Saw the hands were down, went for the high kick. Surprise, surprise. It's the one you don't see that drops you.
Oof. Yeah. And that's what I said, folks. Elizer is a monster. If he lands anything, it is good night, nurse. Great fight, though, by Dimitri and Elizer. Wow, that's what I said, folks. The semi-finals of this show are going to have some of the best fighters you are going to see anywhere in Africa.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm surprised that the pro organizations aren't lining up to sign these guys. Very, very classy.
And that landed flush, exactly where we spoke about. Dimitri's right hand was a bit low, and that's exactly where that kick came through. Ate it flush.
He did.
Great fight, though, by Dimitri. He won that first round. He dominated the first round with Elizer.
Elizer baited him well with that.
But it took one shot, and it was all over.
You saw Elizer baiting him, all low kicks, low kicks, low kicks, and then went high. Surprise, surprise. Very impressive.
Let's
Great
cross
win.
over to Pietro for the official decision.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to these two athletes. Right, fight number 11 was stopped 22 seconds into round number 2, declaring your winner via KO from the blue corner, Elizer Kubanza.
Let's give both these guys another big round of applause. Mr. Elizer Kubanza. How are you, sir? So the first round, Dimitri did get to take you down there. You spent a bit of time on your back, but man, what a head kick.
En tout cas, j'étais très confiant. Je savais que Dimitri a un très bon ground game. Alors, quand il m'a eu au sol, je n'ai pas voulu paniquer. J'ai juste bougé pour lui faire voir que je suis là, je suis en train de travailler. Mais j'étais patient et voilà, ça paye.
Well, now you move on to the final of Searching for a Scrap, taking place on the 2nd of December. You're looking at the next fight, obviously, to see who your opponent's going to be. Any thoughts on either one of the guys fighting in the other semi-final?
Ouais, je me sens calme, je me sens bien. J'ai travaillé dur pour ça. Ça fait pratiquement beaucoup d'années que je m'entraîne comme un malade pour avoir cette opportunité et d'aller haut. Alors, I'm ready for this next fight. Yeah, I work hard for this. I work hard in DRC. I work hard with my new team, Nova. Thank you, Coach Jid, for everything. Thank you, Tyler and Jordan. We are together. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, love you too much.
There you have it, guys. Your first finalist for Searching for a Scrap, Season 3, Elizer Kubanza.
Thank you, Dimitri. Thank you, Dimitri. I got a big consideration for this man. I watched this man fight long time in DRC. When I come here to do IMAF, I see this man in the World Championship. I see this man fight. I love this man too much, and I respect this man. Yeah, that's I can say to Dimitri. Thank you, Dimitri, for this good fight. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Love you so much, bro.
There you have it, guys.